if things go as they usually do, we are going to see STRUI Goku's EZA within the next 12 hours of this recording, which is absolutely insane. This guy getting his EZA. This is one of the most just hype EZAs ever, and this is the definite good way to start off an anniversary celebration, man. STRUI Goku. And again, the reason why we know his details should be tonight, again, they usually do drop details of EZAs or any cards 48 hours before the release. So he releases here my time zone on 12 a.m. the 25th. So obviously 12 a.m. the 23rd, we should actually see the details, which is, again, you see within the next 12 hours. I'm going to get this video up relatively soon after. I'll probably schedule it out, you know, for about like an hour from this recording time. But so, very, very, very exciting STRUI Goku. I mean, this guy already has a pretty good base. He has, again, the start of turn and multiplicative stats here. This multiplicative stats could be very, very useful and could be the reason why he's able to be good even now after an EZA. Obviously, his stats have to increase, though. Like, his stats at this point are too low. However, he does have the great chance to dodge. 70% chance to dodge for 7 turns that he could lean back on. So, I mean, increasing this to a pretty big number, you know, even like 150% or so like that could be very helpful. As long as this guy's able to tank normals pretty consistently with the 70% chance to dodge against any attack and super attacks, he should be pretty good. Damage-wise, again, I'm not expecting him to be a huge damage dealer, but, you know, I think definitely increasing his damage, adding some hidden potential system abilities, because you can see besides dodge, this guy doesn't really have anything else. So maybe if they add additionals or a crit to his kit, I think I'm fine with that as well. Good link set already, tons of teams, no restrictions. This guy is just absolutely incredible. Now, one thing that I think really does have to increase as well, before we continue on to my concept actually, is super attack effects. They suck. The stable enemy guard doesn't do anything. I mean, like, it makes you type neutral if a character is type disadvantage, right? Which is not completely zero, but I just don't really see, like, it's like one of the least useful super attack effects, right? I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad, but honestly, it is kind of bad. There's very niche, rare occasions you're going to get use out of the stable enemy guard. But if they give him stacking, attacking defense race for 3 turns, something like that, that could be really, really interesting. So, I also did go ahead, and I'm confident in this guy. I'm confident. I think he's going to be good. I grabbed the last copy I needed with 500 yellow coins here, and I did go in and rainbow this guy, so I will have him rainbow to my account for the showcase. Whenever the data download comes out, I will also do a showcase for him as well. But if you see here, I did make sure I rainbow him. I'm going to potentially fix this build depending on what they do. This build was like made a long time ago. No matter what, I'm fixing the equips. These equips suck. We're going to change those equips. We'll see what he's going to be doing in game in terms of his kit design. But I usually, because like, well, that's like 25 stones I'd spend. I guess it's not that big of a deal, but for me anyways. So let's hop right into my concept for LRUI Goku EZA. Here it is. This actually kind of, I made this like over a year ago, but I updated it a little bit. But more or less is actually the same. So obviously we know his leader skill will increase the key form of 50%. I mean, honestly, like a Realm of Gods team, like you could probably, like, if he's good enough, could you go with the Realm of Gods team and Fusion Zamasu? Definitely not impossible. I think there's a build you could use to beat Fusion Zamasu with the STRUI Goku team. I might attempt that. Like you could have Physical Beerus here, the LR Blues, Physical, was already Physical Beerus, Physical God Goku is what I'm meant to say. There's some characters, so if you throw STR Whis there, right? Maybe we'll have to see for the new Gogeta Blue to come out, but there's definitely a team build that could be used, I think, to go ahead and beat that. And continuing on, his super attack effects, I give them both stacking, so these would be 20% stacks, but stacks attack and defense, again, just like in EY does stack attack and defense. The same enemy guard, he already has that, and then Mega Colossal damage on the 18 key and Colossal on the 12 key. I think this is like something I'd really like to see. They could make it better. They could give him, honestly, a better option would actually be greatly raising attack and defense for 5 turns. Like Int God Goku, Int LR God Goku has a similar passive, which, you know, he's a unit you could probably run there. But like Int LR God Goku does have greatly raised attack and defense for 5 turns here, then the 1 turn greatly raised attack and defense. So like if it's a thing where he has these kind of super attack effects, I actually would be perfectly fine with that. I actually think that'd be pretty cool. But stacking makes a lot of sense for UI Goku, because I mean, so many Ultra Instinct Gokus in general do have stacking, right? If you take a look here, we know that the Int UI Sign Goku has stacking. The physical UI Sign Goku also has stacking, right? So why not complete the trifecta and give all of them stacking, right? Again, they both stack 20% attack and defense permanently. I think that just makes sense for UI Goku, right? I increased the attack defense from 77% to 159%. 70% chance to evade enemy's attack, including super attack. Then from the 11th turn, he has a high chance to evade enemy's attack. Again, that does go back to what I was talking about with LR God Goku. I kind of designed it. God Goku's dodge and crit was for 7 turns. So I actually changed that to be basically 10 turns and then the 11th turn, right? Which for 10 turns from start of turn. I should clarify that, because without that, obviously this means like he would get 100% chance to dodge on turn 11, I guess, technically, right? Okay. He performs an additional super attack for 3 turns after evading an attack. So as long as he evades an attack for 3 turns, he does get a guaranteed additional super, which means that he's going to be getting double stacks during the turn. And, you know, obviously have a much better chance of getting the triple super. This guy is going to be a really premium slot 1 character as well, obviously with the 70% chance dodge. So that makes a lot of sense to me. Then I increase his build up key 2, and then attack and defense plus 20%. That goes up to 7 key, and then 77% attack and defense with each attack he evades. That right now, you need to dodge 7 times. That's a lot to ask for still, I feel. And I think that a really good way that they can make this guy better without necessarily increasing his stats, like, is making that build up a lot faster. You know, this, I don't think they really have to change, honestly. Like, they didn't even have to touch this, but ideally they make the build up faster. And then they really have to touch this. I think this is what they really, really have to touch, plus super attack effects, right? But if they, as long as they give us good super attack effects like this, increase this to like 159% or so, then actually, you know, this doesn't really have to change, but it'd be nice to see the extra build up. Then I just give him an extra 59% attack when he's 24. Once he gets all his ki built up, you know, he's kind of moving around, UI Goku stuff. A very ki consistent character as well. Very easy to get his high ki meter. So I think hitting that extra attack right there from doing the 18 ki where he finishes off Kefla would be pretty cool. Maybe, I don't know, could there be something where it's like, maybe he can get like a disable enemy action as well? Something like that could be interesting, like how LR Dragon Fist Goku has an ability like that. Because this is the UI Goku that fights Kefla, right? And again, another reason I give him stacking, because UI Sign Goku's always, during that fight, he's getting more and more used to UI Sign, right? The Ultra Instinct Goku form. So that's why I gave him the stacking attack and defense turbo. That's my concept for him. In terms of numbers, here are the numbers I did. Again, these are like very old concepts, where you can see Count Khalifa here. No, with just entering in no build up, 339k defense. Once he builds up his full passive, he gets to 540k defense right there. But then, you know, again, it's these stacks that start giving him a lot of defense, because he gets pretty much, again, 20% here. So he's going to be getting like, I don't know the exact number, but he'll be getting a lot with stacks. So already with just 3 stacks, he's over 800k defense fully built up, which with this build, he only has to dodge 4 times to fully build up, and then he'll be able to take basically any normal attack in the game. Obviously, you know, he's not going to be invincible starting off. He's going to be a building character. And then we can see, even with 50% support, right, he can go up to 600k defense without any of his stacks, and then nearly a million defense with just 3 stacks alone. And this guy is going to be stacking quite a bit, right? So like, you could imagine, like, with 6 stacks, this guy, even without support, will be over a million defense with a 70% chance to dodge. I made it pretty good, and he's going to be doing some, I think, pretty good damage as well overall. Again, he has some good attack links: Kamehameha, Prepared for Battle, Godly Power, Over in a Flash, 200 Power. Like, all of these, every single one of his links are attack links. he gets a ton of attack, and you know, like, he'll link very well with God Goku, right? What's it called? Physical God Goku. He like links really well with. Where is that physical God Goku? Can't find him. He's right here. 4 links right there. He links pretty well with the blues as well. That's 5 links right there. So this would be like a good rotation. Is he on the blues 200%? So he's on. I don't think he's on Battle Fate. Yeah, see, this guy actually is not on Battle Fate, huh? It's funny, he's not on the Blues 200% Leader Scope, which is really interesting because he's on Future Saga, Power Beam 100% or Battle Fate. But you know, there's probably some team build that you could use with him. Like, I mean, he's on so many teams, bro. Just superheroes, Earthbred fighters, right? You know, there's a lot of situations or team builds that you can use him on. But it does suck. I really like using that Blues team because they have like Bulma on the team and everything like that, right? But we'll see. There's definitely going to be situations where he'll be looking pretty strong. And then I did ask you guys what you would like to see. Let's just read a couple of the comments here, and then we'll continue on from there. Best unit of the game, 15 million attack stats, 13 additionals, 126% dodge chance, guaranteed to create 300% leader skill. Well, yeah, we'll see. Let me take a look here at this concept here. Greatly raised attack and defense 1 turn, immense colossal damage, disable guard. 3 turn, 50% raise, mega colossal, disable guard. Yeah, I get to do 177% attack and defense. Great chance to evade enemy attack for 10 turns, and high chance to evade enemy attacks from 11 turn. Yeah, this makes sense. Key 1 up to 7, and then 21% attack up to 117 with each attack evaded. 4 turns guarding attacks after evading an enemy attack once only. Launches an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super attack after evading an enemy attack. This is definitely plausible. I would say that this is like an easy 8 that they can make really good, and I think this is a good easy 8 design. I like this quite a bit because the guard, after he evades the enemy attack, will allow him to be safely building up, even if he doesn't dodge after that for the first 4 turns, which are arguably like the most important turns for this guy, because once he's built up fully with this stack right here and this, he won't really have to worry about that. Guaranteed dodge turn 1, great chance other turns, high chance after. Make a concept real quick. I don't know if you posted the concept here. I don't see it. Guaranteed dodge per super attack, a key attack and defensive dodge. Well, I'm not much remembering them. Guaranteed dodge per super? I'm not sure. Okay, another concept here. Dude, people are excited for this guy. 177% attack and defense, an additional key 1 per key sphere obtained, great chance to evade enemy attacks, and then a great chance to crit for 10 turns, then high chance to evade and crit from the 11th turn. Key 2 up to 7 and 30% attack and defense up to 159% with each attack evaded. 77% attack, and then another 30% chance to crit when keys 24. Then a guaranteed dodge when HP is 50% or less. Defense raise for the turn. Greatly raised defense for 4 turns. I mean, this is definitely more closer to the stronger ends, and I'm not sure if they would make him that strong. Like, maybe they probably wouldn't give him the guaranteed dodge here. But honestly, you could take off the guaranteed dodge, and then maybe this crit here, and then I could see that very realistically being his build. Very much so. And being fair, he doesn't have additional super attacks in here. So that's also fair, right? He doesn't, no additional super attacks, right? Okay, that's a good easy A, though. That's pretty good. Every 3 dodges, dodge for this turn, yeah. That, the Hero Guard ability, I think a lot of people would want something like that. Let's take a look here. Keep 70%, so I guess he doesn't run out. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Like, they probably could just extend it, but 7 turns, you're not really gonna worry about running out of that outside of Omega, really. So yeah, but I understand. Guaranteed dodge, you won't get that. Raising defense either on super when attacking, better starter turn defense, and higher ceiling for stats. Also, after first 7 turns, either damage reduction or way to regain the 70% dodge. I think like they could just increase this to 10 turns, like into God Goku. 77% go to 159%, 70% dodge for 7 turns, no restriction. Then the build up goes to key 1 11% to key 1 22%, and then that actually goes up to 150% total. The key stays the same. Great chance to do an additional. Then the super attack effects here. I mean, that sounds good. Definitely sounds good here. Another concept here. We'll probably just read this as the last one, and then we'll end here. Attack and defense stacking 12 key, 50% attack and defense raise for the turn on 18 key. Key 1 and 100% attack and defense, plus an additional 100% attack and defense and great chance to evade enemy attack, including super attack for 7 turns from the start of turn. Plus an additional 50% defense and high chance to dodge from the 8th turn. Guards all attacks after evading an attack. I'm not sure if they would give him that. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super within the same turn after evading. Then he builds up stats, 25% to 150%. Yeah, like this, like if they give him guard, I like just like guaranteed guard for this about after a dodge. I don't see them doing that at all. Like no, maybe for like a brand new character, but like an easy A, I'm not really sure. But who knows? Maybe they make him like top 5 character in the game. Like they could make this guy. He could be top 5 character in the game very easily. It's so easy for them to make him like top 5. I mean, if you take like a yellow coin, just LR in general. What's his face? What's it called? The LR androids are like a top 10 LR when they released. Rose was like top 10 LR contender when he came when the Easy A came out. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, very good. I don't know if I would put him in top 10 LRs, but he's very, very good, right? Let's see, obviously the Blue Fusions when they came out, they were top 5 like tier of power when they released. Gohan and Cell were like stupid when they released, right? So I don't know, I could very easily, I mean, Goku and Frieza were just crazy when they came out too, so this guy might be just stupid, and he just has a stupid base kit anyway, so we'll see what they do. Let me know what you guys think, and I will catch you next time.